Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the WGL EU Match Week 10 Playday 1. We are into the match number 2 in this Playday. And this is the game I've been waiting for quite some time. Virtus Pro up against Kazna crew. First and second for some time in the season. Finally, School Bus do overtake Kazna, but still, all in all, it's the game that could finally, maybe, topple Virtus Pro. But your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, Kazna crew have been second through pretty much the whole of the season.
Yeah.
Now drawn up with School Bus, they're looking like the top contenders to take Virtus Pro to the max, and I think that's going to make the game very interesting. I've said before, and I'll say it again, Virtus Pro look unstoppable, but this could be their first test.
And that's what it's all about. And you guys at home need to give us your votes, because you guys are generally right. So you need to tell us what the scoreline is going to be. Melly, how can the people at home get involved with the predictions?
EU, like our page, this allows you to participate in our challenge, which you see in the register tab beneath poll. You just click on it and then you get forwarded to an app which allows you to vote for your favorite team and to leave your prediction for this matchup. And if you guess right, if you vote for your favorite team, it doesn't have to be the team that will actually win. So just predicting the right outcome of this scoreline allows you to get into the race for the bonus codes. And so the vote for the teams is just to see the trend of the community, just to see the community darlings, and of course, it's always the winner at some point. So,
yep.
What I meant, somebody asked via Twitter, what happens if we predict a draw? Do we have to vote for one team? Yes, you have to vote for one team. Just pick your favorite and then enter the scoreline, which results in a draw, and you still have the chance to win bonus codes. So voting for your team doesn't disqualify you for voting for a draw, if you understand. Was it even understandable?
Yeah. So, for example, if the teams favour Kazna crew, for example, but they still think logically Virtus Pro will win, they can vote for Kazna and then put in the comment section, I still think Virtus Pro will win with this scoreline.
Exactly. And it same works for draws, so it's easy. Don't worry. All will be good. You will still win your bonus codes, which contain a T2 Lite, 1K Gold, 7 days of premium, and a garage slot. So I think it's definitely worth taking part in our little contest. And of course, the next thing is handing in your predictions via Twitter. Of course, by using the hashtag WGLEU, you get a chance to tweet us the prediction, and maybe you get lucky and get chosen as one of the 3 tweets of the day and win a bonus code as well. So the ways of winning are unlimitless.
So graceful.
Yeah.
So graceful.
She's much better than I am at social media stuff. That's why I don't get trusted with it. But regardless, do make sure you get involved. Otherwise, Melly will be very upset. And she has explained perfectly how to do so, regardless of the outcome and your favourite team. But nevertheless, let's start looking towards those lineups, because these are the players that will define the outcome here that you guys will be voting on. So for Kazna crew, how many players do we need to highlight from this team? All phenomenal, but who's your main people you want to spot out there?
Of course, Elian being fantastic. German Bright has stepped up a lot, especially with his heavy tank play. He was always a good heavy tank player, but now I think he's really got into his own stride. We played a lot together in previous teams he was in, and I have to say he's just 10 times better than he ever was before. Hybels, of course, still the model of consistency and the calm, cool, collected guy on Kazna crew in general. For Virtus Pro, it's an all-star lineup. They're star-studded from top to bottom. Kreitz, they're the team captain. Kusok just in the background, also helping Kreitz out with some of the calls. Of course, at the moment, Vorsik and VP Vorsik is the top-ranked player for Virtus Pro in that Hall of Fame. Obviously, you can check that on eu.wgleague.net and head over to Hall of Fame. So, yeah. All in all, a very star-studded lineup from both these two teams. Yep. What can I say? Anything more? It's just about how Elian, for instance, plays on this match day.
Oh, I'm so excited for this one. Guys at home, do make sure you get those predictions through, because we're now seconds away from getting to that first map. It is going to be Himmelsdorf. Now, who has the better chance here? Because Kazna have slipped on this one before, let's be serious. They've looked strong, but they've also made mistakes. Have Virtus Pro to an extent. They play this slightly different to their other maps. They're happy to be aggressive, but not always choose that as an option. Who's going to pick this one up?
I think this could be a good one for Kazna crew to take.
Well, this is a good option for them to start on. So guys, let's get our attention drawn to the first map, Himmelsdorf. And welcome into the first matchup here. We will be seeing Virtus.pro up against Kazna Crew, and in the north, in red, it's Virtus.pro, currently first in the league. And, well, barely dropping a map this entire season. And look what they're going for straight away here. A 4-man stack out towards the west here, and then a couple central. This is a little different to what we normally see from these guys, not always running with this sort of standard start, and Hyber being spread out early on. Povel and Vorsic might have their work cut out here. 2 men through the middle, Breakneck and Kusok just cause down towards the A-line. This is the aggressive Virtus.pro that we occasionally see being, well, pretty much shown to the world here, and dangerous play, but they certainly want to make an impact.
They want to make an impact straight away on Kazna Crew, catch them out. That's what Virtus.pro have been doing this season, just catching teams out in and out in every single game. They did against Denali Sports on 2 maps, and they're going to try it again here on Himmelsdorf. It's going to be a slightly harder matchup for them. I think it's not going to be so easy. Creets managed to get away with that scot-free, but Crux always there to back him up. Vorsic going to try and reply some damage, though. Misses that shell, so Virtus.pro just putting the battle straight onto Kazna Crew, and it's just insane that they can do this.
This is the first time I've seen them doing this from the north. Breakneck, Just Cause, and Kusok all moving in towards that cap. And let's see if they're going to find any opponents here. German Break takes a fistful of damage. Damage well spread throughout Virtus.pro. Just Cause taking 1, Breakneck taking 1. The fire comes in. German Break is down to nothing. 10 HP. Vecco getting ripped to shreds. My god, this is incredible from Virtus.pro.
But also, Crux and German Break are still alive. The damage is not over yet.
Kusok, Breakneck moving in, looking like they want to get this one done and dusted. Breakneck takes a couple. Crux and Hyber off towards the side, now being focused down. Vorsic splits behind. It's a 3v2 and it's not going well for Kazna. Hyber going low. Povel focusing on towards Crux. Breakneck on towards Hyber. Back and forth. Vecco finds Kusok. But there we go. Vorsic comes in on towards Hyber. And now Crux left in a world of trouble. 1v3. He's getting Breakneck down low, but just might come off reload in any second now. The cap has begun. These 3 tanks waiting for that availability of a shell to make it finally hurt. Crux takes one from the side, and there's the counter cap in play. Virtus.pro not keeping that in mind. This could catch them out.
There's a lot of pressure from Virtus.pro right now, but Kazna Crew can do that. They can just turn it around on a dime, and Elian still on 100% HP.
Well, there's the cap starting out as well for Virtus.pro. They finally took down Crux, so Just Cause and Breakneck move in for this. 14 seconds on the cap. Can Elian reset this? The man who has to clutch now. I'm not sure if he has the time. 8 seconds left. One reset does come in. Just Cause and Breakneck taking the shell damage from Elian. He's done the job, but can he keep this going? 13 seconds. The other 2 tanks splitting back. 10 seconds again. Elian needs to come in and do the work here. 1v3, he gets damaged, but he takes down 1. Reset comes in. Elian takes out Breakneck. But Just Cause looking to avenge. Elian again going forward. Just Cause tracked hell, but Povel from the side came back, did the job, but the cap's still going for Kazna.
He's definitely going for Kazna. 3 seconds left.
4 seconds on the clock. Vorsic now appears. Does not allow the shell. Takes him down with the last second left. But can they pull this off? They finally reset it through, and Just Cause and Bishop not moving a muscle. The base race continues. Povel joins in. 1 second on the cap. It's come through for Virtus.pro. They pull it off in the end. And Kazna a second away. But a second too far.
That was down to the wire. Skin of their teeth stuff from Virtus.pro. I think there was less than half a second before Kazna Crew actually would have won that game.
Yeah.
It had 100%. All you need is that exclamation mark, which takes about a second. That was so close from Kazna Crew. I think what they lacked a little bit there was Elian should have gone a little bit earlier, and German Break and Vecca should have a little bit more aggressive, but that was so close you can't really say either team was better or worse.
It came down to individual moments there, you know. That's what I expected from this game. Elian, 2k damage in that one. He was almost a saving grace there. Coming back, making sure he, stopped that cap happening. Big damage going through, picked up the kills. But then again, who can expect Virtus.pro to go that aggressive from the north? Normally they do this from the south, working their way up the A line, doing pretty much exactly what we saw. We've got to have a little look back at this. It all came down. Look at Elian here, 1v3, coming back in, 10 seconds on the cap, 28 on his, comes in, finds Breakneck, takes him down. A little bit
too aggressive there because he took some damage, took too much damage. Does a good job against Just Cause, but Povel from the right.
Yeah, Povel moving back in, did not expect that. And to be fair, there was a player up in towards that 6 line who could have maybe been better.
Look how close it does. Because Vorsic doesn't manage to hit the first shell, but 0 seconds so they would have won it.
Very close stuff between the two. Elian saves, but Vorsic brings it back around for Virtus.pro. So key plays from Vorsic there. Getting 4 kills in that matchup. Kills don't equal everything, but when they give you the game like his did, That's the big difference there. So very well played out to Virtus.pro. And this is what I was expecting from these two. Extraordinary high-level play. Both teams just stepping up far beyond what we've seen before. And this is what we used to see, in a way, between Team Dignitas and Virtus.pro. These both teams going for the cap, both having to reset. This back and forth constantly, especially on Himmelsdorf. So to me, that's just showing that Kazna now certainly deserve being in that top 3, being able to push Virtus.pro that far. But nevertheless, that's only the first map. We've still got a hell of a lot more coming through. First map did go to Virtus, but now let's look towards the second one. Mines coming up. Very versatile map. Kazna can look very dangerous on this. They do like to play with that WZ-132 occasionally, bring it in. They've toyed with the T-32s. What are we going to see from them today, do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, Kazna, I think for Mines, they've looked potent on a few matchups. I would say it's not their greatest map in the world. Virtus.pro also, they've been only good on this map because they're a good team. I don't think I've seen anything special for them.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They've been very good on city maps where they've just been aggressive, like we saw, against Zanala and they just saw against Kazakru. So just catching teams out left, right, and center. I'm not sure how it's going to work out on Mines, which is a map where everything kind of comes down to one point, and of course that point being towards a hill. So if you've got two teams which focus on their hill, you can't go aggressive because you're going aggressive anyway as a default tactic. So I don't think V-Pro is going to go all in at the start like they did again on Himmelsdorf. I think it's going to be a little bit more slow, a little bit more played out. But I must say, in general, a lot of teams have been saying, okay, the best way to play the game is to be static and to be, go for the duels at the front. And then you see Virtus.pro basically saying, we're going to use the element of surprise. We're going to be in such a good position where you wouldn't expect that we just win it based on that instead of anything else. And Veko and German Break going down to 30 HP because they were aiming in the wrong location just proves my point exactly.
Yeah, they exploit every small mistake that most teams don't even get to the point of ever being able to find. Joe and Bray would have probably been able to get away with looking in the wrong direction if a team didn't actually push on towards him. These simple little things, these small mistakes that teams at the very top will consistently make, only get exploited by teams slightly better, like Virtus.pro. So regardless of that, let's start looking at the tank choices coming in, because I think it will be Virtus.pro starting in the south. But as we know, they're not the most defensive team, so I don't think we'll see that double T-32 stack at the very cap. However, Kazna have occasionally tried that out, but they're going to be in the north. So what can they bring to this matchup?
They can bring surprise, I think. They need to use what Virtus.pro did on Himmelsdorf, just a fast tactic and just turn it on the dime and go for that themselves. Lineup is 5100, IS-3, T-32, AMX-3090, double tier 1 T-69. So a little bit of everything there for Kazna crew. See how that one works out. Obviously, a lot of firepower. Got a little bit of mainstay with the T-32. Double AMX-30, triple AMX-3090, AMX-200, IS-3 for Virtus.pro, of course, those 2 tier 1s. So a little bit more of a classic one. They've used this before with the IS-3. They used 2 IS-3s once as well. So I would expect Virtus.pro just to play their normal tactic. As you said, it's going to be Virtus.pro from the south and Kazna crew from the north. I must say, Kazna from the north is a stronger Kazna than it is from the south, so at least they have that going for them.
And if you had to call it one way?
I would go on previous results, Virtus.pro.
By every previous result and every previous map, you'd go for Virtus.pro.
Logic.
Fair enough. But still, very close first game. I'm not sure what to make of this one. Guys, keep those predictions coming through to us. We really do want to hear from you on this one because... looking at the last matchup, there was seconds between these a win and a loss in this, and I probably wouldn't be surprised seeing that being the defining factor in this. A couple of seconds, one shell connecting rather than the other, one position being slightly more advantageous. So the small things will equate to a win in this. Currently, Virtus.pro are leading with 1 point, but let's see if Kazna can turn that one around. I think they're just talking over the final points here, making sure everything is correct, making sure everyone's got the right choices made. They're completely focused on the game coming up. Now, let's bear in mind this has minimal effect on the standings. It may put them in second place to just maybe get them more better playoff position, maybe. But regardless of that, it's more pride, I feel, between these two. Both teams looking great throughout the season and certainly want to get another win under their belt. So I think we're just waiting for these guys to ready themselves up. I think German Bray and Elian are the last two to get back in this. Virtus.pro are ready to go, so they're certainly not messing around this time. I'm very excited. I'm going to go with Kazna on this one. I like Virtus.pro on this map, but I don't think it's one of their best.
Yeah.
I think that Himmelsdorf would be one of their better ones. I think they've always been solid on that. Even looking back, I've barely seen them being scathed on that, maybe from Spale back in the day, because they went stupidly aggressive as well and it turned into this brawl. But regardless of those one-off factors, I think Kazna could do some damage. We're going to see if that comes true, because, guys, the teams are ready. Let's get those final predictions through from you at home. We want to know what you guys think, and, well, I want to get underway in the map. So, guys, the next map coming up, it's going to be Mines. And welcome to the second map here. It will be Mines. And what are we seeing from the very start, coming from the northern side, which is Kazna? Kazna
all starting to head towards the middle. Not unusual. We've seen that plenty of times before from the northern team. Of course, they have the faster position towards the middle, and Becco is going to be exploiting that straight away. But Kazna, what they've done is that they've not taken, for instance, the WZ132 and a couple of AMX 1390, so they're still going to get the hill, but they might be outnumbered.
Well, Delight and Just Cause are moving in for this as well. Reload's not yet available. They'll be up very soon, and Vecco is outnumbered. It might force Elian and German Bray also to join him, or is he going to back off the hill straight away? No, he's going to stick this one out, but Elian and German Bray coming in now. Just Cause takes a bit of damage, but now here comes Kazna, looking like they want to get this one underway. Vecco trying to battle out with Just Cause. He moves off the hill. Now Delight might be the next target. German Break in a 1v1. Delight going a little low here. Hyber and Krug's doing the job, holding back Breakneck, but Vorsik round the backside comes round on the flank. Hyber's in trouble. That is perfect play from Vorsik, reading the situation so damn well. Delight did find German Break, and this is just going all Virtus.pro's way. They're low, but they have done the job so damn fast.
Unbelievable. 1,350 HP still left once again on Elian. Breakneck down to 16 HP, 151 left on Delight, and what a play from Virtus.pro. We've never seen anything like this before.
Vorsik just carried that game like a champion. Now Vecco is in trouble. He's got 2 tanks staring down, Bishop being one in that 5100. Yeah, well, it might even go down in one shot if he's not careful here. The cap even being started out. How much can go wrong here? Elian does find Breakneck. Vecco desperately trying to get out of this one, trying to chase out against Bishop. Elian too far away from really getting into this battle, and Vecco does manage to escape for now. Delight finds Cobra Leone. Vecco comes in to try and decap this. Vorsik is still in here. Vecco takes down Kusok, looks for Karitz, but Vorsik finds him, and now Elian has to go pretty damn clutch here.
Karitz next target, misses that one. 1 shell left in his auto-loading tank. Bishop still on 100% HP in that 5100. It's down, and now it's out for Virtus.pro.
Well, Bishop now moving in. Elian looking weaker by the second. That T69 just not going to match up to that 5100. Elian knows this is a done deal. And, well, one more shell will put him out of his misery. Virtus.pro picking up the second map in a matter of minutes. Wow.
Lauren, I don't know how to analyze that one, mate.
let's just have a little talk about what the hell Vorsik did then, because his play was so brilliant. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
So take me step by step through what happened. At the very start, it was quite even on the hill.
Yeah.
Hyber was doing the job, keeping the guys back from supporting out the others. But then Vorsik was forced off the hill. He was losing out on the 1v1.
I don't think Vorsik was ever on the hill. He was below it.
How the hell did he get around behind them then?
He's a good point, actually. I think he might have dropped down.
Yeah, I think he went off the hill, came around the backside, and just caught them out completely. I'm going to have to look back through that one, because that man went absolutely huge. Bishop got 2.6k damage.
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
Like, so important.
The whole play from Virtus.pro was put all the pressure onto Kazna crew and then use the 5100
right now,
basically to have the actual damage. But we can have a look back and... Yeah,
Vorsik.
What happened there?
Where is this guy?
See, Vecco and Just Cause go 1 versus 1. Kazna just want to go on hill, put onto Delight, but once again they're forced to chase down Delight. Crux and Hyber basically go against Breakneck, but Bishop's there in the background, and then Vorsik comes
around the bottom of the hill.
Comes around all around the side,
and no one put a tier 1 out there.
But it's Bishop who's doing the damage. It's 100% Bishop who's doing the damage there. He first takes down Hyber low, Vorsic switches target, takes down Hyber, and that's the misplay. Hyber and Crux should have stayed below the hill. Because of the amount of resources Kazna committed onto the hill, there was no reason why those two had to go aggressive just onto Breakneck.
And that was such confident play from Virtus.pro there. Just being able to know, okay, well, they've gone for this lineup. I reckon they're not going to have that tier 1 out on the east side of the map. I reckon they're not going to hedge their bets here. I think they'll go for this. And they put Vorsic on a complete rotate around the east side of the map. And just, I thought he was Veko for a second, then on the hill. I thought he was the guy who rotated off the hill initially and came around the flank. But no, Vorsic just went, sod it. I'm going to go straight from spawn all the way around and catch you guys out. And this is the extra 20% that we've not seen from Virtus.pro yet. This was what I wanted to see. Do they have any more? Is there another level to Virtus.pro that they've not had to show throughout the season? And I think this is it. This is the first time we're seeing them finally bringing out that little bit extra just to make sure that Kazna have zero say in the matter. Because let's be serious, Kazna were pretty much on par for quite some time then, and then suddenly it all folded away. It all kind of got negated, whatever they did initially. And now coming on to Cliff, I kind of feel a little bad here, because this could be a 3-0, and you guys at home, even though 70% of you, or above 70%, did support Virtus.pro, that's quite a low number, considering, normally it's up in the... Everyone knows these guys are formidable. But you guys at home clearly had a little hope there for Kazna, and it's not all over just yet. Cliff, though, if there's any map you don't want to come against the likes of School Bus or Virtus.pro on, it's probably this one. Yeah,
they got the most experience on it, playing in Star Ladder and playing against the Russian teams and training against them all the time. Yeah. It gave them an edge on Cliff. They needed also to compete in the grand finals because it wasn't an R map pool for Europe. They had to train at it a lot, and that's where Virtus.pro are going to be at an advantage because Kazna crew were not at the grand finals. But I just want to talk about Virtus.pro in general. So their game style right now is basically go so fast and so furious that the other team has no chance to react correctly and pick their targets correctly, because even though Vorsic was kind of out of position for a majority of the time, because so much pressure was put onto Kazna crew, they couldn't make the right decision to actually push onto the right tanks. They couldn't go around on the Breakneck, and that was Virtus.pro doing it perfectly. It was the same on Himmelsdorf, and I said before, after Himmelsdorf, I don't think Virtus.pro are going to be able to go aggressive on mines, but I had an inkling right at the bottom of my stomach saying they are going to go aggressive.
They're going to find a way.
They're going to go aggressive on mines, aren't they, Ollie? And I was,
But, you can never expect them to just put a player out on his own in a 1390 on a complete push around the backside. No one does that, because that's one tank out on its own, a very easy target. Logically, you don't do that in one of the tanks, but when you've got so much faith that the other team won't be able to handle it, it gives you these options, and that's just Virtus.pro down to a T, really.
Not being challenged. I mean, I would like to see really is actually what the result would be between VPro and, for instance, Na'Vi with these kind of tactics played. It
may have to be something we'll be looking at very soon, but regardless of that, we are now ready for the third and what could be final map between Virtus.pro and Kazna. Let's get ready for Cliff. And welcome into the third map. As promised, it will be Cliff. And in the north in blue, it's Kazna with everything to do here. In the south in red, it's going to be Virtus.pro, currently leading 2-0. What tank lineups? What are we seeing?
Just the Penta AMX 3090 like Virtus.pro used against the Nile. This time, Kazna crew going for it. So they've gone Virtus.pro. You've been aggressive against us, so let's go aggressive against you, and we'll see if you can actually handle it and take a piece of your own medicine.
It might work out almost. Just Cause isn't with the rest of them, but they're going to join up now. Breakneck is there. German Brait, they could catch him out here, but I think they're a little late to the party on this one. As Breakneck now comes around to light, and Vorsic will be joining them. This is going to be the push-in time. Here we go. Everyone is spotted out. Breakneck not going to land the first one. It's going to be Just Cause, but Kusop finding Cobrion. Here comes the engagement. Virtus.pro need to make this one stick, but Elian already taking a face full of damage. Down to 358. It's not looking good. They must get this fire on right here, right now. Virtus.pro now all coming round. This could go very badly wrong, and Vorsic finding German Brait is going to bring that fact home. Look at the focus fire. It's phenomenal from Virtus.pro. Elian now pretty much the only one left standing on this west side push. Bishop destroys Virtus Pro are looking absolutely on point. Crux goes down, and well, Virtus Pro just made Kazna look like absolute amateurs. Veko, the last man standing, with Polluter in a tier 1, but Veko left in a 1v5. One shell comes in. It's going to be a matter of seconds before the rest. They're hunting him down in packs. 2-2 split out. Delight on his heels. And ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had our answer. Can Kazna Crew challenge Virtus Pro? No is a resounding response as Bishop picks up the final kill as a 3-0 wipe for Virtus Pro. Ouch.
That was a bit of an arse whipping right there, if I might say so myself.
I think we all agree on that one. Well, what can you say?
I just want to try and analyse that for 1
Please
second.
Go ahead.
Please
try.
So what Virtus Pro did well there was that they went, okay, where's Kazna Crew going to go? And actually, Kazna Crew have gone towards the right side with those AMX 3090s, and Virtus Pro just went, we're going to send 4 tanks there instead of 3. And Elian just said, screw it. He in and through the game 100% for them. It looked like Kazna Crew didn't even turn up to that matchup. Elian just went in full aggression. He had 2 of his tanks behind him who just weren't in the right position to deal with the tanks going forwards. And Elian went real low. He cost German Bright his life, then he cost Veko his life. And then everyone just came around from Kazna Crew trying to clean up, and just a bad execution once again from those guys. You can just see as we as that went down, play by play. So no, Elian just goes YOLO. YOLO goes straight in. Look, well, the rest of the team is playing logically. Elian is not playing logically. Bounces, but it doesn't even matter. 4 tanks versus 3, and maybe if Kazna Crew were in a better position, they might be able to actually mitigate. But where are the 2 MX 3090s? They have to try and deal with Bishop. They don't even manage to deal with Bishop, and they're so late to the party because they're sitting in the middle and sniping. If those 2 MX 39s towards the right just came in from behind earlier, it might still be an okay game to play, but they were too late to the party, and it was 5 versus 2, so GG.
Well, I guess all my kind of responses got answered. Is this going to be a close game? It's going to be amazing. Finally, Virtus Pro. Nope. Big stamp of a no.
But it's even more than a tactical play from Virtus Pro. They went aggressive on Himmelsdorf. They went aggressive on Mines, basically to catch out Kazna Crew. 100%. They knew what Kazna Crew were going to play. They knew the overall kind of static playstyle we've seen in World Tanks in Season 4, and they just said, screw it. You guys have been riding left, right, and centre. This game, it has to be slow. It has to be painfully thought through, with every single corner being checked and every single stone unturned. And Virtus Pro said, no, you don't. You can just go on the other side of the spectrum and just go crazy and mental. And then once you lose twice like that, you could see how much of the morale from Kazna Crew was down.
Destroyed.
And then you just make stupid mistakes like Elian did, and you just die like that. So yeah, it was an all-round a psychological game as well as a tactical game from Virtus Pro.
And it went very well, to
and
say
some
the
of them might
very
have to go
least.
to therapy because they got royally destroyed.
That was a. I think that was more of a proving point there, because let's be honest, everyone expected maybe a lot of a closer game between the likes of School Bus and Kazna being able to challenge Virtus Pro. Every time those guys have met, it has been so one-sided. I feel that's Virtus Pro going, all right, you guys got close, you look like you're doing well. Let's just remind you that you're nowhere near us. Let's just give you a big slap across the face, like, you know, you can try.
It's like your older brother, just like, you know, you thinks you're catching up with him. You're like, yeah, I'm getting strong, I can run fast,
Suddenly,
I can go faster on my bike, and then he just like backflips in front of you and just like, no, damn it.
I know my place.
Yeah.
Basically, Kazna just got shown to their seat in that match, and that's definitely, at the very least, a second position. So, Melly, you know, people at home, they may have had faith. You know, we were hyping this up like it's going to be a close game.
That was like 10 minutes of gameplay.
Not even 10 minutes. It was probably the fastest match of Season 4.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, considering that, we've got the prize pot for the fastest match, so I think Virtus Pro might even have, they were like, how can we win as much money as possible?
Against the hardest opponent as well. Why not just, you know, add everything into the pot?
I mean, a good horse only jumps as high as he has to, right?
Is that
a very good point.
It is.
Is
it is a German metaphor.
Sense.
Maybe
it does make sense.
I think there might be. I think there's an English one for that.
There probably is. There's probably, you know, terminology. I like that.
Yeah, it's
but
awesome.
Did anyone at home predict that as well?
Yeah, no, we saw Virtus Pro playing phenomenally.
Yep.
But nobody could really challenge them.
So they never had to do any more.
They never had to show their whole potential.
Yep.
And Holy shit! That was a whole new level of
That
Virtus
was
Pro.
See, that was what I was asking for. Do they have that extra 20%? And finally they went, oh, let's give them the extra 100. You know, that's something
Let's screw
else.
mathematics and let's go plus that.
It's just insane. I mean, I'm constantly refreshing the vote, and it's getting higher and higher. So we're at
Don't blame
78%. It was 75 2 minutes ago. Since the people are in the last map. Oh, it finished. Holy. No, since we have to delay, sometimes it's always like we finish the next map, and your guys at home, you're starting the map we just finished.
Yeah, 8-minute delay.
Yes. But
so
you finished already. So I have the final vote of this matchup. Yeah, 78%. Congratulations,
Ouch.
people. You at home were right again. But they didn't predict such
3-0.
a clear ending. So
Well, no one did. Let's be honest. Kazna have been a good team, and no one expected that much of an additional push from Virtus Pro. But that's why they're champions and Kazna aren't.
yeah.
No
nailed
offense.
it.
That's
So,
how it goes.
Get over to Twitter and tweet us your opinion on this match. And yeah, if you actually expected Virtus Pro to be that good. I mean, we all know that they're masters of this game. It feels like Wargaming did this game so Virtus Pro can be good at something.
Ouch.
No, you
Their
know what I
CS:GO
mean?
team's hearts bleed, man.
No. Don't
Poor old
get me
Neo and
wrong.
Taz.
I mean, that's
Jeez.
not what I meant, Lauren. Just put it that way.
They're going to hit you with their Zimmer frames if you don't be careful.
Whoa!
What did he say? I didn't.
I'm not going
They
to say
called the
that.
mold.
I
He
only
called
have
the
like
mold,
a
man.
static noise on my headphones as soon as Ollie talks. I don't know.
Ooh, shots fired. Carry on.
We have
Idiot
technician.
filter. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm perfect. I didn't want to say. No, but it seems like they I don't know, they know everything about this game, and they always know how to counter if it's a slow play, if it's a fast push, if it's, I don't know, it's sometimes it feels like Neo in the Matrix. He could read the program code. Maybe Virtus Pro can do that too. It feels like that
true.
actually.
They've got oil in their veins, I'm pretty sure.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
Still, all in all, good game.
Absolutely. So, as I said, head over to twitter.com/WGLEU, follow us, and share your opinion about what we just witnessed by using the hashtag WGLEU. And of course, head over to facebook.com/WGLEU to participate in the next poll, which will be online in a few minutes. And of course, send us messages, send us tweets, send Lauren tweets, send Ollie tweets, send me tweets. We love reading from you on every platform. Over every channel you can get a hold of us. Also, I'd like to invite you to join the Twitch chat for the conversation. I don't want to know what's going in there. It's pure mayhem. I don't dare to look in. No, I mean in the good way. But yeah, get in there, experience it yourself, and I'm waiting for you.
Well, you've heard it from Melly herself. Get involved with us here because, well, we've got a longer break than usual now because normally we expect games to be faster than about 5 minutes, but... Sorry, slower than 5 minutes, should I say. But still, all in all...
More time to make tea.
Virtus Pro having a great performance, let's just put it that way. They have cemented their position at the top. No one can catch them, no one can touch them. And they certainly deserve it after that bit of play. But still, we still have one more game to play out today. And it will be between Isuba and Lucky Karaki. So don't go too far away. We'll be back with another game of World of Tanks in just a second.